Hi guys, this is Dawn Marie and I'm back with another video. If you are new to this channel, welcome. My name is Dawn Marie Nesbitt and I am a digital marketing strategist. And on this channel, I'm going to be sharing with you my journey of starting and creating a brand new digital product business. So I'm pretty much showing you everything behind the scenes, from writing a business plan, showing you what the product looks like, how I came up with the idea, where I'm going to share the product, how I'm going to get people to see it, and the overall strategy. So if that's something that you are interested in, then please do subscribe to the channel and please give this video a like, because it helps my video get found by more people like you who would like to see what this process is like. And if you are joining me again, welcome back. In today's video, I have something amazing. I'm actually going to be recreating this beautiful ebook template. And if this is something that perhaps you would like to use in your own business as well, I've made sure to include a link in the description box where I'm giving away 5 free ebook templates that you can use in your own business. Now, ebook templates are really good. For example, if you might be a coach or consultant and you want to share your expertise with your own audience, you can put that into an ebook and either give it away as a lead magnet or you can sell it as a product. So whichever way you decide to do it, you will have 6 of those templates. Again, the link is in the description. And let's jump over to my computer where I show you how I'm going to recreate this digital product using Canva. Okay, so here is the ebook that I am going to recreate. And what I like doing before I start creating products on Canva is I like to have a Word document with all the content, so it will just be simple for me to copy and paste. Now, I just want to quickly go through what I have and is a must-have in every ebook digital product that I create. So I have the cover page, then I include an introduction, just introducing myself to the person who's reading it, because I want to remind them of who is the creator and author. And then I also have a small introduction as to why the digital product is useful to them, together with disclaimers and also an affiliate disclosure in the event that I have any affiliate links in my product. So I am going to start now with Canva. And the first thing I want to do is go on create a design. And then I'm using an A4 template. And I will try to use most of the elements that Canva provides, so you can see how you can create this digital product for free. So let's get started by looking at the actual design. I'm going to first start with an image, and I usually like flat lay images. And I want to choose one that is free which has some design on it to give me a nice background. Image will really depend on the type of ebook that you are creating. If it's an ebook with nutrition, of course, you may want to have food. If it's about fitness, you may want to have someone exercising. But mine is just, most of my digital products are related to marketing. So I want something that has, the background of using laptops or something like that. So let's see if I can find one. And I also want it to be bright as well. Okay, so I'm going to use this one, and I'm just going to shift this around. So that it covers the entire canvas. Okay, then I want to put an overlay on that. And the overlay that I want to use, because this is already a dark background, I want a white overlay. So I'm going to make this smaller. So I'm using Canva's guides as well to help. So I'll make that white, and then I'm going to just reduce that slightly. Okay, so the first thing that I want to add here is the text. So I'll copy this, add text, add a heading, paste. And I want this in my brand font, which is Railway. In fact, I'll make this a light railway. Let's copy that whole thing. Light railway. Make the text smaller so that it fits within the element. And then I'm going to add heavy text for the Facebook ads words. Okay, so again, railway heavy. Now you could leave this text as is, but I want to add a bit of definition to the first page. So I'm going to change Facebook ads to my brand color. Okay. And I find that it's a bit too light, so I'm just going to make this transparency a little bit less transparent. Okay, now you could also add your own website at the bottom if you want to. That's just going to, again, serve as a reminder to the person who's reading your template where they actually came from. So it will be nice to have a website at the bottom. So again, using my brand colors, and you can actually increase the size so it makes it easier for you to read. I'm just going to add my new website, which is Win Clients with funnels.com. Make that smaller and white. Okay, perfect. If you want, you can probably just make that like so. Let's see how that looks. And then maybe you could add your own, maybe an image on top of there. So if this is the ultimate course launch strategy, I might want to add an element which maybe has ads. So perhaps I might use an element that means that it's an ad. So it could be this one. Or maybe you want to use your own logo there, whatever you want, whatever you decide to do, if there is too much white space. Or you could simply just raise that up like so. All right, next page. I'm going to add page. And the second page, I have put an image of myself together with the introduction. So let's find an image. I want to use one of the brand images that I have already created, or that I did already take, sorry. Just use this one. And again, an overlay. Now, the reason why I'm using so many images in my ebook is because just really to make it more visually appealing. So I can either make this overlay dark or white, or whichever color. Even if you want to add your own brand color, you can do so as well. I'm going to keep it consistent with the first overlay that I did. So I will leave that white, and then I'm going to add text at the bottom here. So go to text. And I want to make sure that my text is aligned to the right. And I also want to add a bit of cursive text. So again, using the text element, align it to the right, and I want to add hello there. Now, I like including a bit of cursive text in my digital products or even on my digital assets. It's just part of my brand as well. And the cursive text that I use is Miss Truly. Okay, let's add another page. Okay, so we just have a page to add some other text. I just want to make sure that this remains in my brand font. Okay, and I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste it on this page. And this is what I am going to use for normal font. I'm going to do like that. Okay, not much changes there since it's also adopted the style of the content on Google Docs. And then the same as well for the disclaimer. This time I'm copying all of the text. And in fact, what I'm going to do is rather than dragging and dropping another text element there, I'm just simply going to duplicate the page, highlight the text, and then replace it. So it looks like, I'm going to make that bold. And it looks like some of my text is coming off the page. So again, duplicate and paste. Also have affiliate disclosure on that page. Right, make that bold. And then I'll just delete this page. Okay, so we have our first 6 pages so far. Okay, that looks good. All right, so the next part is where we come to actually adding some really colorful, to add more color to our ebook template. Now, it may be that you do not want to add color here, but again, the purpose of the ebook really is to make it visually aesthetic to the person who's reading it, so they will enjoy reading it. So that's one of the reasons why I like adding so much color and images in my ebook. So to create that page, I'm going to click on Add Page. I'm going to start with the title, which is there. I'm going to make this title a little smaller. Right, so again, you can see that I've used cursive text there. If you want to, you can add a little bit of of a nice clean touch there to the title if you want to. But for this video, I'm not going to do that. So I want to get started by creating this section here. And to do that, I would need 3 elements, which is just basically 3 squares. So I'm going to make this a little bigger so I can really understand the perspective. So we have 1 square there. Okay, just going to make this a little smaller. That's with the number. I'm going to copy it and then attach it to the square and make it bigger. That's for the title. Then I'm going to copy that again, attach it to the square and make it wider. Okay. And now I want to add the different colors. I'm going to add all of them the same color, but it looks like one is actually gray. So this one I will leave gray. And in fact, I'm going to make that a lighter gray. So I can either make it a lighter gray using the colors up here, like so. And then for these ones, I can make this transparent, like so. So let's make that 50. Okay. All right. So that looks good. And then I want, let's see how many, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. So I'm going to make sure to group this so it doesn't move. And I'm going to copy and create 6 of them. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let's just make this a little even. I'm just using my keyboard now because sometimes the arrows, the mouse doesn't give you the precise definitions that you want. So I'm using my arrows to make them smaller definitions. Okay, so let's now add the words to these. So first I start with numbers. Again, element, well, text, and then I'm going to add 1. And I'll just add it here. Let's make it, or maybe I can do, yeah, I'll do use cursive. And I want this to be in that color. And I'm going to copy this and make sure that it is in line with the number at the top. Okay, so I have my numbers all set up and now I want to add the words. So I'm just going to simply copy and paste from the Word document. Let's make sure that it's small. And we want this to be white. And I'm simply going to do the same. Okay, and then I want to do the same thing with the words here. So first I create a text element, size it the way that I want it to be sized. So I think maybe 14 would be a good size. And then I'm going to copy the text here and then add it here. This time I want the text to be be aligned left. Okay. Let's move that so it's within the box. Okay. Just want to make sure that it gets centered. Okay, that's fine. Then I'm going to copy it just to save time. Okay, perfect. Looks good to me. Okay, so the next thing that I want to do is, if you want, you can also add here clickable text. So you may want to advise the reader to add like a call to action. So click here to see the exact tools I use and love. Basically, what I've done here is I have added some elements and also made this text linkable. Um, so what I did here was I used a triangle, or you can even use perhaps a square to achieve the same. And then if you want to, so something like that, or perhaps let's try use a triangle. Right, and then I make that triangle dark, and then I add text to it. Let's make it small and narrow as well, and then make the text white so that it can appear on a dark background. I'm just going to make this a little narrow. Right, so you can do something like that if you want. If you think that the triangle is a little too awkward, you can also add a circle, and I think that's what I will do. Let me just test and see what the circle looks like. So I might do something like that instead, and then add a darker color. Yep, so that looks a lot better to me. Okay, if you want to make this text clickable, you simply click on it, then find the link feature, and then you can add a link. So for example, if I want to add a Canva link or maybe a google.com link, I can do so, and you click enter. So there will be a link that's attached to that text. Okay, so the next page that we want to do is going to include images, and we're also going to use some vertical text. So let me show you how I have done that. Right, so we have a blank canvas from the page that we just created. And you first want to divide your page into half, which Canva does really nicely with its guideline, with its guides. And I'm first going to find an image that I want to use. So let's say, for example, I might want to have maybe I would do like a background, or maybe not background. No, not background. Let me see. Let's do maybe desktop. So maybe something like this, and I want to turn this vertical, place it at the corner, and then I want to find the middle of the page, the center of the page, which Canva has done for me. I also want to find the middle of the page on this side as well. So you can see that line there, which represents the center of the page. So I want to find another image as well, and then I am going to make it vertical. Okay, and then just put it here and expand it. Okay, right. So that's how I achieve that. Right, so words will be on this side, and then I have my vertical text here. To create the vertical text, all I did was click on text, get a headline, and the first one is 6 to 8 weeks. I rotate it this way. and I move it to the top. Okay, so let's put that in my brand font, brand color. And I just want to copy and do the same for this side as well. So the next one is 4 to 6 weeks, and this time the text is this way. Okay, so let's get a text block so I can fill in the text here. And I want to make sure that my text is consistent with all the other text on the page. So this is 20. I think I'm going to reduce this perhaps to 15. It might be too big when the person is reading it. So maybe 16, and the same for all the other text as well. Right, so I want this text block to also be 16. And now you might be saying that the text is so small, but remember that the zoom is currently at 46%. So when it is at 100%, that will actually be bigger, and I will show you what that looks like at the end. Okay, so I'm going to copy and paste all of this text here. Right, so you can see that the text isn't fitting into, I may have to make some adjustments. I want that to be like so. Okay. So then I'll have to reduce this text size to 12 to make it fit. I'm going to copy and paste that here as well. Okay, that's done. Okay, if you want the text to be aligned to the left, you can do so it looks like it has a straight line, which will coincide with the text and make it look a little neater, like so. Okay, now I'm just going to duplicate this. Okay. Right, so that is done. Next, let's create this page. Right, so we have some circles, we have some rectangles. So how exactly do we do this? So I will add a page. And the first thing I want to do is add my headline, Power Up Your Launch with Facebook Ads. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this headline here, and I'm going to add it here, like so. Okay, so the first thing that I want is a rectangle. Go to Elements. I'm going to use the square, and it looks like this has to be divided in two. My page has to be divided in two because there are two rectangles. So I'm going to add one there, and then add another one like so, probably like there. Okay. Okay, so first I'm going to make both of them my brand color. And all I'm doing is reducing the transparency on them. So this one, I would reduce it to, I'm going to use the same transparency as this block here, which is 50. Okay. And then the other one, I am going to probably make that a little less transparent, so maybe about 70. Okay, good. Then I want to have two circles. So the first circle will be white. And then just going to make that smaller, center it. And then I'm going to copy that and make this circle gray. But I want this smaller inner circle to be smaller than the outer circle. So you see how that is, okay? So now this circle needs to be halfway between the rectangular line like that, right? So you see how that is done. So it's more than likely I have to make this rectangle big like so. And what I can do actually is, to avoid repeating this entire process, I can group this. I'm going to delete that one, and I'm going to simply duplicate this. So it appears like that. Right, it looks like it has to actually, I'm going to bring it down a little bit like that, ungroup it, and this rectangle, I'm going to bring it down so it's like that. Do you see how that is? Right? Okay, so let's add some text to it. Okay, and then I want to add my text here. So I'm just going to copy this, bring that there. Open this out, align it to the right, and I want my text to be smaller. So I think 15 will be a good size. And then I'm just going to copy and paste. So you can see why it's really nice and easier to write out your content first. So all you will be doing is copying and pasting, right? So if the text doesn't fit, then you would see that you would actually need to make the text smaller. So I'm going to reduce this text maybe to 12. And let's see how I can make this smaller. I may have to actually reduce the size of this headline. And then bring this up. Bring that down. Right, so it's now at 11. Okay, and then the next one for audience. So we're copying and pasting again. Let's duplicate that. Okay, so I need to find a way of making sure that this text actually fits on this rectangle, because it seems as though I have been able to do it here, but for whatever reason, it's not fitting here. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to delete this, and I'm going to carry this up to the top like so. Just ungroup this. The text I'm going to leave, and I'm going to expand that. Right. So the text will have to be very small for now, as we can see like that. But then what happens to the title? One idea is I can move all of this to the side and then put the title in a vertical text. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to put it at the side here. Like that. Right? Like that. Right? Now I can see that this rectangle is a little slightly skewed to the left, so I'm going to shift it so that it is in line. Okay, so that looks good to me. And then the next page that I want to create, it looks like I'm going to have to duplicate it because it's the same page. So I already have the page created. All I need to do is just duplicate it and fill in the content. Nice. I'm going to delete this section here, and I'm going to move everything adjusted to the center. Okay, perfect. Right? Okay, so let's move on to the next page now. The next page is my call to action page, where I will add an image first. I really like these desktop images, so let's see if I can get another one for free. Let's use, you could also use a vertical image if you want to. So I'm going to extend the image so that it fits my page, or open the image out so that it fits my canvas. Add an overlay. Let's see what type of overlay did I add here. Right. Add an overlay. Make this dark, or in fact light, because I'm continuing with the theme. I'll be a light overlay. I'm going to reduce the transparency slightly, and then I'm going to add my call to action. Starting with a text element. Right, so that is in my brand color. Then I ask a question, another text element. Okay. Because I can't really see the words clearly, I'm just going to increase the transparency of the page. And then I'm going to add my call to action button. So essentially this element here should mimic like a normal call to action that you would have on your website. Okay, so I want that button to be or maybe I would make it a dark color and then click here to set up your strategy call, text element. Make it white because it's going behind a dark background. And then drag it up. Right, of course you want to make this button clickable, or you can make the text clickable by selecting it and then using the link feature and adding your link there. So if I were to simply add google.com, that makes my link clickable. So when somebody hovers over it, then and they tap it, it will go to google.com. And that's it, right? If I also want to add my website there, as I did on the front page, I can copy this element here and then paste it here like that. So that's all in line. And that is it. Remember as well, if you want, I think what I'm going to do is I know that I have some logos. So I'm going to add a logo there just to right. So if you want to add a logo, you can. And that's it. Right. So there you have your ebook. So I'm going to download this ebook. I'm going to download it. You want to make sure that when you are downloading it, that you download it as a PDF standard, or if you want to print it, you can. So I'm going to download it as a PDF standard. So that will ensure that all of the images in this file would remain together as an ebook. Okay, and this is what it looks like. So you see how when I made the text smaller, it's actually readable now at full size. Okay, and if I want to click here, I can simply click and it will go straight to Google. Okay, that's how I've created my ebook template. And don't forget, if you want to use this template in your own business, as well as receive 4 other free ebook templates, then I've made sure to leave a link in the description box below where you can get access to that. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one.